Good morning. I want to begin today by talking to you about time. See, if you're a parent or a spiritual parent and you've worked with children, you understand that children have difficulty grasping the concept of time. In fact, you've probably repeated the phrase, "It's not time yet," a few thousand times in your lifetime, right? They just don't understand, children. They want things done in their time. They live in the presence. Well, we are limited as humans, just like children, when it comes to understanding God's perspective of time. We tend to want everything right now, and we're unaware that God's timing is way better. Let's see what Psalm 75 can teach us about God's timing. We praise you, God. We praise you, for your name is near. People tell of your wonderful deeds. We begin Psalm 75 by saying we as in God's people. There's talking and praising God, reflecting on the many memories of his wonderful deeds and how near he is to his people. When was the last time in your prayer life that you just sat and reflected and praised God for the many wonderful deeds in your lifetime, or how close he has been to you throughout your lifetime? Well, the psalm goes on. You say, "I choose the appointed time. It is I who judge with equity. When the earth and all of its people quake, it is I who hold its pillars firm. To the arrogant I say, boast no more. And to the wicked, do not lift up your horns. Do not lift your horns against heaven. Do not speak so defiantly." See, we see the psalmist repeating what the Lord said, "I choose the appointed time." We are unaware of God's time. And it's not the first time when you're studying the Bible that you would hear something like that. In fact, Jesus refers to God's timing, and we can see that in Mark 13, verse 32. "But about the day or the hour, no one knows, not even the angels in heaven, nor the Son, but only the Father." No one knows. No one knows God's timing. And this was obviously referring to when Jesus would return. But God's timing is one of those great mysteries. And they use back in Psalm 75 and verse 4 about do not lift your horn. The horn was a symbol of power and strength. The Lord wanted to remind us that we are not to boast in ourselves, but in him. Do not lift up your horn. That is God's warning to us. And the psalm goes on. No one from the east or the west or from the desert can exalt themselves. This is a promise that no matter where your location is, that God is still greater. God's the one in control. It is God who judges. He brings one down, he exalts another. In the hand of the Lord is a cup full of foaming wine mixed with spices. He pours it out, and all the wicked of the earth drink it down to its very dregs. Dregs being the sediments, the end of the cup. And this cup, it's not, again, the first time we would hear of the Lord, in the hand of the Lord is a cup. It's the prophets spoke of it, Isaiah and Jeremiah, and it would be referred to later on in Revelation. And this cup is a symbol of God's judgment, that God's going to come and judge the wicked. And then the psalm ends in verse 9 and 10. "As for me, I will declare this forever. I will sing praise to the God of Jacob, who says, I will cut off the horns of all the wicked, but the horns of the righteous will be lifted up." So how do we apply this psalm to our everyday? See, we can thank God because we see that in his timing, he will have the last word, and he will be the final judge. He gets to decide the final outcome, settling all matters concerning both the wicked and the godly. The wicked will be cut off and experience this judgment, and the godly will be lifted up and experience his faithful love. We may be impatient like children, but we must not doubt the wisdom of God's timing.